Ermanni, University of Michigan great Braylon Edwards, and of course, Maz are about to take over on Woodward Sports. Every day, 2 to 4 p.m., it's the best Detroit sports talk on Detroit's best sports network, Woodward Sports.
Hey, let's go. Friday show, December 13th, 2024. Ermanni and Edwards with Maz, Woodward Sports Network, woodwardsports.com. If you're watching on YouTube, go ahead and hit that like button. Subscribe to Woodward Sports on YouTube. And if you are watching live on X or Facebook, good afternoon to you as well. Braylon Edwards out today. Tom Mazaway up on the big desk. How are you, my friend? Good afternoon, buddy.
Hey, brother. Good to see you. Always fun to see you.
Great to be seen.
It is bitter out. Bitter.
Yeah. The thing about this weather, though,
I'm afraid to get my car washed because the freaking thing will probably freeze up.
Can't do it. KG, Pete Spivak, good afternoon to you, fellas.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir.
KG on the big desk for the morning show,
Yeah,
too.
man.
My
Yes,
goodness.
Catch us some eyes, man.
Big time,
I'm
dude.
doing what I can, man. Doing what I
Big
can.
time. Thinking about this weather, too, and I was just at Fox 2, and Lori Pinson was doing the weather this morning, and if you look at that 7-day forecast, on Monday, it's going to be 51 degrees.
That's fabulous.
More than double what it is today. So I always feel like if you can get some relief, a relief day within a 7-day period,
Melt this crap.
you're doing okay. Yeah, melt the crap or just not have to run to your car.
Correct.
Because that's 90% of it.
It is.
When you just don't even want to go outside.
Oh, man. You know, it is winter, right? It is winter.
Unfortunately.
Hopefully we'll catch some breaks, like you said, throughout the winter. It's the holiday season, man. Is everyone doing all right? Are you done with your shopping? I know you're not a big shopper.
I'm not a big shopper, but if you are done with your shopping right now, you are ahead of the game. There's a couple of more things I need to get, some stocking stuffers and stuff like that. My wife and I, we really don't do Christmas gifts a lot.
Yeah.
Because our birthdays are so close to Christmas. Hers is December 30th, mine is January 30th. So we get each other a birthday gift. But what about you?
I'm always ahead of time. I'm a good shopper. I like it, actually. I enjoy shopping throughout the year.
You like wasting your money?
I do.
Pretty much. Your money?
I do. I like spending the money I don't have.
I am a big believer that adults should not give other adults gifts.
I know. When is it time to end the niece and nephew gifts?
Ooh, I think
Like my poor sisters and us.
out of high school for sure.
Teenage.
I know.
Out of high school for sure.
Yeah.
I should put an end to it this year. I should make this year.
Well, you had to.
But then Maddie gets cheated. She's only 17.
Was she still in high school?
Yeah.
But I'm saying out of high school.
But she'll be next year. She'll be in college.
Well, then she's screwed. Okay.
Now, my wife and I, we said no gifts, just a couple little things, right? Because we had water in the basement. We had to rip all the rugs out, and our new flooring is going in as we speak. We had to take a couple of drywall sections down, get that dried up, and put that back. So that's our gift. Then Lily's car needed tires. And, $1,000 later, she's got new tires on her car. And I'm like, Lil, that's going to be a big portion of your gift. Yet I still went out and I think I spent, quite a number of dollars on her. And she calls me. She's on her way home from East Lansing. Dad, my check engine light's on. And
Yep. Always something.
Smelling
always
radiator
something,
fluid?
man. I can't. Huh?
Smelling radiator fluid?
No radiator fluid. Pete's going 100 miles an hour radiator fluid going out when we're coming home from one of our remotes this past summer. I'm like, Pete, I smell something. He's like, let's go, baby.
Oh my God. Wow.
So Merry Christmas to all, and to all a great weekend.
Good stuff. Guys, we're going to be joined by Joel Schwartz from Big Time Worldwide, a world-famous ticket broker.
That's our guy.
Coming up momentarily. He was on with us last week. We'll talk to him in just a couple of minutes, get his sense from his perspective about these Lions tickets. And I do think the Detroit Lions tickets
You hit it on the button.
are the biggest story right now, at least today, locally in Detroit. The cost of tickets anywhere is high, right? I mean, if you want to go to a concert, if you want to go to any game, whether your team sucks or whether your team's good or in contention for a championship, It is a high cost to be able to do that. Now,
Then they throw the fees in, which makes it even
Well,
worse.
there's
And the
no
fees
doubt
are
about
the fees are out of hand.
there's no doubt.
The
about it.
out of
secondary
hand.
market is a different story, though.
Yep, the secondary market, let's face it, Lion fans, I said yesterday, it's the best investment.
Yeah.
It was until this next year comes because I think time is running out on Lions secondary tickets because I had a friend who I bowled with last night, Dom, paid $110 for his seats for a bunch of years. It went up to 130 last year. It's up to 190 now.
Over the last 2 years specifically, it's been incredibly high. Now, I'm reading this off of Fox2Detroit.com. A spokesperson for the Lions tells Fox 2 they're not trying to price people out, but the move is to stabilize the market for secondary prices, which have skyrocketed. The individual resale prices for Sunday's game against Buffalo shows the cheapest price on StubHub and SeatGeek is $356. On Vivid Seats, it's $374, and Ticketmaster is $335. The Lions rep says the price jump reduces the intensity of the secondary market. My reaction to that is it their responsibility to corner the secondary market?
Let me just cut the chase. The Lions are scalping tickets. That's right. They're scalping their own tickets, and they're doing that because they see Kenny G putting his season tickets up for $500, $600 when he's only paying the Lions $150. So they're like, screw Kenny G. We're going to charge $400 or $300, and if you really want to go above that, have at it. But we're going to get ours. They are scalping us. They are. They are scalping us.
That's a fact.
I don't know how else to say it.
That's 100% what they're doing.
Yeah.
And I believe I mentioned that last night.
Yep, you hit it on the head.
When I was thinking about this, because if you tell me, let me throw this disclaimer on, okay? Let me throw this disclaimer on. This is a 2-day story. This might even be a 3-day story until Sunday's game against the Bills. And then all of this goes away. Because last year when they had a big price hike, 96% of people retain their season tickets.
Right.
And for the people that say, you know what, I've had it, I'm done, I'm not going to be nickel and dimed, I'm not going to do this again, they're like, fine, we've got a wait list that is over 22,000 people strong. So, and you're not going to stop watching the Lions.
Of course not.
You're not going to stop buying Lions gear. The Lions are the hottest ticket in town, but what responsibility is it of theirs to not only raise their prices? We all understand that. You can raise your prices all you want. But I think the reasoning behind why they're doing it signifies to me that this is nothing more than they see what you can get on the secondary market and they are scalping their own tickets.
Right.
And that's just like if Taylor Swift wanted to stop selling her tickets for $100 and she said, nope, every seat, minimum $2,500.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. Can you imagine if Taylor Swift did that? Taylor Swift sees what's on the secondary market at every stadium she performs in front of.
People travel.
I guarantee you there was not a cheaper seat on the secondary market than $2,000.
It's a fact. Yeah.
And you could probably buy a Taylor Swift ticket for $150, $200 through like regular means.
Right.
You know?
That's a get-in price.
That's a get-in price, but I'm just saying.
Upper deck somewhere.
Face value price on the ticket.
Mm-hmm.
What if she said that? So is every organization now going to look at what the secondary market says and they're going to base their ticket prices not off of anything other than what you can get for them on StubHub and Ticketmaster? I think it's a PR nightmare right now, but at the end of the day, this is a 36-hour story potentially.
Yeah. Is it a PR nightmare because we're the Lions and we're a middle of the market team that's not used to this type of stuff?
Well, I think it's a PR nightmare because you have had people, and I wish there was a way that could have grandfathered some people in.
Yeah.
If you had your tickets for 10 plus years, you should not have to do this.
Right. That would have been a smart play.
You should not have to do this. Right. If you're like me and you're a 2-3 year season ticket holder, fine.
Right.
You know what? Jack me up all you want. Pause. But if you stuck through this team through thick and thin, 0-16,
Mostly thin.
Forget about 0-16 because I think you can only go back to we stuck by through 0-16. You can only do that so much. But I'm talking about the Bob Quinn years and all of these things in recent memory. You should not feel like this. No. They might not have raised ticket prices when they were bad, but they certainly didn't lower them either. They didn't lower them at this rate. And it does take this feel-good, everything positive about the organization, everything positive about the owner, everything positive about the business side of this football team as well. You look at this and you're like, really? Really? And I'll just take myself, for instance. I'm a season ticket holder with the Detroit Lions. Ooh. I'll give you exactly what I paid. I paid in January of last year for this season. I have 4 seats. I paid $5,700 for 4 seats for 2024 season. There are 9 games. And again,
you had the extra home game.
You're always paying for 10 games, whether it's 2 preseason and 8 or 1 preseason and 9. This year, 1 preseason and 9 regular season games. I don't count the preseason. I think those should be free. So I'm going to say I paid $5,700 for 4 seats, 9 games. I got my renewal yesterday. There are 8 games next year at home. $7,700.
$2,000 more, one less game.
$2,000 more, 1 less game. That's a 40% increase.
Yeah. Oh my God,
40% increase, and you're like, I don't know if I'm going to renew, and I really mean that.
Yeah,
I really mean that. I am completely on the fence whether or not I want to renew.
It's a big chunk.
You got to do what you got to do
because you're going to pay for the playoff games now,
right?
So you literally probably have to come up with, if I wanted to do a lump sum for my tickets, $3,000 for the wild card potentially, $4,000 for the divisional round, $5,000 for an NFC Championship game potentially. You're looking at the $7,700, and if they have 2 home games, another $9,000. You're looking at coming up with $16,000 over the next 4 weeks.
How much do you think they're charging for the playoffs?
Well, let me look.
Because if you're at 57 now what is your playoff tickets are going for this year? Forget next year. Let's see what this year.
I don't know. Well, this year
you didn't get a bill yet?
Well, this year I did. It all showed up today.
Okay.
It all showed up. I actually had to put the phone down because I didn't want to be emotionally.
Yeah.
Right. It hurt. You see that price tag.
I didn't.
Now, I will tell you this. Those 22,000 ticket holders that are on the wait list are all calling the Lions saying, hey, when am I moving up? When am I moving up? Right. They're ready.
Yeah.
They're ready to pounce. They want Ryan's tickets.
Yeah.
They want him. They just want to get in.
I hate to say it, but it seems like simple supply and demand. Like it's the product of being a good team in the NFL, because technically they're selling their tickets at market value. I thought Neil Rule did a great job explaining that earlier. Technically, they are market value priced.
So I'm for the 2024 Lions postseason, I'm a pay-as-you-go person. So
gotcha.
Okay.
If the Lions play a wild card game, and that's the only game right now that is even remotely their first round.
Right. Yeah.
$3,080
for 4 tickets,
and they're probably going to be the number 1 seed
for 1 game.
That comes out to $900.
Yeah,
right, $900
for 4. That's 12.
3,100. Let's call it, divided by 4 equals $775.
Oh, well.
Per ticket. Jesus, that's gouging. That's gouging. So that ain't market value. $775. To get in to see the Lions. $775.
But like he said, they got to recoup, because you're going to sell those for way more. He gets those tickets, he's selling them for way more than that.
My buddy last night.
I just don't know how you go.
Yeah,
Let me tell you. My friend Dom put his tickets up for this weekend, $1,000 each. And his friend's like, let's put them for $750 so we could sell them. For sure. And Dom's like,
nah.
If I can get 1,000, I'll take it. If I get anything less than 1,000, I want to go to the game. And that's what you were saying. When do you make that decision to take the money and run, or the hell with it. I'm going to the game. I want to watch him win a playoff game.
What time's Joel joining us? Is he
He's
here?
ready.
Yeah.
I was trying to tell you he's ready.
Okay, let's bring him in. The great Joel Schwartz, BigTimeWorldwide.com, longtime ticket broker. He's been in this business longer than I can even explain. He knows the ins and outs of tickets and how teams do their pricing and everything like that. Joel, there's a lot of Lions fans stunned at this, and one of the reasons why I wanted to have you on here is because I feel like the Detroit Lions, in using, and I'm going to read this directly this is from Fox2Detroit.com. A spokesperson for the Lions tells Fox 2 they are not trying to price people out, but the move is to stabilize the market for secondary prices, which have skyrocketed. And then it goes into the individual resale prices for Sunday's game against Buffalo. Is there any other way to think about this other than the Lions are scalping their own tickets now? I don't hear you. I'm sorry. Joel, hold on.
We'll get it.
We'll get it. Hold on.
He's good.
You're still muted, Joel. This happened to us the last time, and then Joel popped right on.
All right. Well, very good. Well,
What do you think, Pete?
Just you can.
I'm listening for him.
Okay,
He's still muted. He's still muted.
You keep
himself.
listening for him, and we'll keep talking. And again, so that would be that wild card game. Tom would be essentially $7.75 on the face. I have a lower bowl section. I'm in the corner.
Right. As you get more towards the 50, that price is going to go up towards the 900.
I have a buddy who has had season tickets in his family for over 50 years, and he's at the 50-yard line now.
Yep.
It's like he's like row 6 or 7 at the 50-yard line. He went to a game once.
I got a buddy like that.
And I got to be honest with you, I like my seats better.
Yeah.
To be honest with you, in the corner,
Because you get blocked by the team.
you can't see anything.
Right. You get blocked by the team.
You cannot see anything. So.
Yeah. I went to a Bills and Cowboys game back in the day at Rich Stadium. We sat behind the Cowboys bench. I couldn't see a damn play.
Yeah.
Couldn't see a play.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
But 2 years ago, I think it was the 2022 season, he paid $9,000 for the 4 seats. Last year, it jumped up to $14,000. This year, $17,000. So basically, in 2 seasons, now this family's had season tickets for 50 years. In 2 seasons, his season ticket cost has nearly doubled, about 95%.
So he's paying over $4,000 a ticket for a wild card game. So when they don't have a wild card game and they host a divisional game against Green Bay, what's that ticket going to be? Instead of 4,
even more.
It's going to be 5 minimum.
It's going to get higher
maybe,
the closer
maybe
they
more.
get. Yeah.
And then, God forbid, no, I'm not God forbid, I hope so, NFC Championship?
I know what you mean.
It's going to get higher the more it goes. And like I said, just think about what you can sell those for. If NFC Championship in Detroit, come on now.
If you've made money through the year, which a lot of Lion fans have, now you got to look and say, okay, I made $6,000 on my tickets. Do I let it ride, or do I take an extra $20,000?
Depends on your fandom.
Yeah, it's unbelievable.
It's based on your fandom at that point.
And again, from what the NFL owners make, I just don't feel like ticket prices are at the crux of what they make. It's all the TV deals, whether somebody comes into your stadium or not. And I know you want to make as much money as you can, but I do think you are pricing. I talked to a guy earlier today at Fox 2. Not going to just simply will not do it. He's an off-air guy. One of the camera guys.
Can't afford it.
Cannot afford it.
Yeah.
Can't do it.
Who could lay that money out? But we could do 5-6 payments for you.
And we got Joel. I feel like I hear Joel.
I hear Joel.
Yeah, but he's frozen.
Joel's frozen.
It's frozen.
Joel, let me see Joel.
We getting there.
He's frozen.
Yeah, he's frozen.
Is he frozen?
Yep.
Hey, Joel, hang up and call back.
Oh, yeah.
We're going to get him, man.
At least it's not
This
us
is
this
all
time.
on Joel.
Right. At least it's not
This is
us
all
this
on
time.
Joel.
That's
Joel
all I can
knows
say.
that.
We good. We
He's,
good.
Joel
over here.
knows
he's
it's on
resetting
him.
up. He's resetting up. Hang on. Give him a second.
Thanks,
Give the
PS
guy a
Pod.
second.
But again, yeah, he's one of our camera guys.
Okay.
He said, "I'm not doing it." He said, "I thought about not doing it this year." And he's really not doing it now.
But he made money this year.
He went every game. He didn't sell
he
them.
didn't- he didn't
He
sell
likes to
them.
go to
Well,
the game.
yeah.
He's not-
Like,
you
God
know what
forbid.
I mean?
It depends
on
He
your
wants to
fandom.
go.
Of
He goes
course.
every week.
That would be me.
Yeah.
I don't want to sell my
Right.
tickets.
Joel Schwartz, big time worldwide, with us right now. Hey, Joel, how you doing, my friend?
Can you guys hear me now?
Gotcha,
Yes,
baby.
you're good,
Crystal
Joel.
clear.
All right. Sorry about the technical difficulty.
No problem. No
We
problem.
understand it's on your end. Don't worry.
We've had enough blunders over here, so.
Joel, so what do you make of the increase? It feels like, and just to repeat my question, it feels like the Lions themselves are now scalping their own tickets.
They're not really scalping their own tickets. They call it dynamic pricing. And I'm okay with them to ask whatever price they want for their tickets. But I think they may be rather disingenuous with how many tickets they actually have to sell for each game. For example, Ryan, let me ask you this question. Did you hear that the Lions were sold out of season tickets last year? Okay.
Yes.
That's a lie. They didn't sell out of season tickets. They stopped selling the season tickets. Okay.
Yeah.
Took all those thousands of tickets, we don't know how many they are, and they sell them every week through their broker and they scalp the tickets. Now, that wouldn't be so terrible if they released all the tickets and they let you know how many tickets we really have out there. But they tend not to do that. They tend to do what's called drip pricing, where they drip 2 or 4 tickets into the market at a time while posting another few hundred tickets up there at these high prices. And everybody thinks their tickets are worth $1,200 to $2,000, like Maz was saying, but hey, let's sell them for $750 or $800. Well, they only get mad at you when you sell them at $750 or $800 because now you're competing with them.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but the tickets aren't worth what they're up there for. Few of them sell for that price, but like you guys mentioned, a lot of guys are on the fence. Hey, if I don't get $1,200, I'm not going to the game. So they're not really a seller. So it's a complicated issue, Brian. You asked very good questions, but it's very complicated.
So what do you make of last year? There was a significant price increase for many seats in the building. Now this coming year, every seat will be increased. 96% of the people last year renewed. What do you think that number will be this year? And I believe I read somewhere, Joel, what does Ford Field have? 65,000 seats. Yeah. I believe they had 57,000 season ticket holders, and they hold 9,000 seats. Something like that, somewhere in that ballpark where they hold and release on a game-by-game basis, single-game tickets and all of that. How many people, percentage of people, do you believe will renew at this elevated price?
I believe the majority of the people will renew at these prices. Historically, we've been rather low with the price of Lions tickets compared to the rest of the league. We've been behind the 8 ball. We haven't had the best team. Now they've had a chance to catch up. There's a difference between catching up and gouging. But those of you that have been around the Motor City for long enough need not look back too far to watch history repeat itself. We had the same situation with the Detroit Pistons on the first go-round, and we had the same situation go with the Pistons on the second go-round. And here's what, when I say situation, here's what I mean. The Lions will continue to raise the price of tickets so long as people will pay the price. I don't think you need to look much further than San Francisco this year. San Francisco instituted some price increases very similar to what the Lions did. And now what's San Francisco's record? 500?
6 and 8.
People have, they've been crying the blues for 7 weeks because now their tickets are worth half of what they paid for them.
Right.
Half. Okay? So we're in the NFL. That means not for long. So instead of taking the old school Mr. D approach of, hey, let's give the tickets to the fans and sell the place out and let's make everybody happy, the new mantra in sports is, hey, let's jack the customers for as much as we can, for as long as we can, and we'll deal with the ramifications afterwards.
At what point, Joel, let me ask you, at what point, you mentioned, gouging the fans. At what point is it gouging? And
It's there.
And
Right, just
trying
another
to
name
get to, some sort of middle ground here in the NFL, because I think if you look at the 32 teams as a whole, I believe the Lions now will be somewhere middle of the road when it comes to an average ticket price throughout the NFL, that is. But it's a huge increase now.
But it's the mentality of the organization. This is the first time that we're dealing with success. Let's take Atlanta Falcons, for example. They've been to the Super Bowl. They've tasted success. But their owner puts the concessions out for $1 for the Coke and $1.50 for the hot dog. And you can get a whole plate full of food for $12 at the stadium, and you go away feeling happy.
Yep.
By the very nature of your guys' conversation before I even joined you, you're talking about, well, should I or shouldn't I renew? There shouldn't be a question in your mind whether you want to renew the seats. And if you have that question, you have that feeling that you're paying too much, you probably are.
No doubt, man.
Now you have to ask yourself what's going to happen next year. See, next year they're going to raise the price. Now what happens when they finally turn out to be 500 and people don't want to pay you that $400 or $500 a seat that you paid for? You can only get half back. How long are you going to last then? You're going to be long gone.
I'm glad you brought up, hey, Joel, I'm glad you brought up Arthur Blank from the Falcons. He does do a fantastic job with that team. Sure, the product of the football team hasn't been good for the last couple of years, but they've been to a couple Super Bowls. We have not been to a Super Bowl, and to me, these prices are outlandish. Now, here's what I want to ask you. As a Giants fan growing up in Jersey, I was on the season ticket list since 1975. Could never get in the damn stadium. Only, if my Uncle Frank took me or my
Uncle
dad's
Frank, shout
friend
out.
gave me a ticket. Guess when they called me to say, hey, Tom, your tickets are available. When I lived in Michigan in 2000, I moved here in 93. They didn't call me till like 2010. And they're like, hey, the new stadium's opening. You're in. And I'm like, oh, good. I was still going to buy them for my family. And then they told me personal seat licenses. $5,000 to sit in the upper deck. $10,000 to sit in the lower deck, plus your tickets. When are the Lions going to hit me with that next?
I don't think it'll fly here. Do we have toll roads here? Do we have toll roads here? A lot of places have toll roads. That doesn't fly here. Will we one day? Maybe. I don't think that the corporate structure and the demand, it's a working city. I don't think people aren't going to ante it up. I have news for you guys. When you guys talk about 22,000 person waiting list,
yeah,
I think that's a bunch of garbage. I don't believe in that in one bit.
That's just what the team said. That's what the team says. I just want to say. I'm just again clarifying.
Right.
Clarifying. That's what the team says.
They may have 22,000 people that paid them the $100 on the list.
Yes.
But just like the Red Wings used to have a list, when they call you and they say, Mr. Schwartz, we have your tickets, and oh yeah, by the way, the team's not been doing great. We can put you downstairs and just send us a check for $13,000. 9 out of 10 of those people go, I don't have $13,000. And so 22,000 quickly becomes less than 2,000 when you can't win a game. And you already told me they're already holding 9,000 seats. So what happens when half of the people give them back? Then where are we at? Let's go back to the Pistons. Let's go back to the Pistons for a second. You see, because the same thing happened with the Pistons. They won the championship the first time, and the prices were really reasonable. And they jacked them up. My center court seats, it's hard to say, but they went from 50 to 125. And we thought it was outlandish. And they won the title. They want to jack the price, but they couldn't win the games. So Mr. Wilson, who's a very astute businessman, he came back and cut the prices by like half the next year. Now that's basketball. It's not football. So I don't anticipate the Lions are going to cut the prices in half. But trust me when I tell you, they are going to have to come with creative marketing which they've been unable to do up until this point in time. It's not hard to market when your team is 12-1. When your team is 1-12, where were they then? Nowhere to be found.
Well,
Just
the
like
Cowboy fans are going to have to go through that, right, Joel? Look at the Cowboys, probably the priciest ticket in the NFL, and they're one of the worst teams in the NFL.
But they have PSLs.
Right.
The Bears have PSLs. The
Yep.
Giants have PSLs. If you want Giants tickets, Maz, I just bought PSL for them this year. You let me know if you want to go.
Thanks,
Nobody wants
buddy.
to go.
Appreciate it, man. Last week they were going for $1 against Atlanta. I forgot who they were playing. Tampa. They were going for $1 for that game. Now, listen, this game against Buffalo, this was a tweet earlier today put out by Field Yates of ESPN. He says, this ticket is the highest priced ticket so far this year in the NFL, the Lions and the Buffalo Bills. There it is.
Let me tell you the reason why this is. A lot of guys on the radio that I've been listening to, they don't get what happened, but I've been following this all the way through. I think started off at about $3 or $3.50 a seat. It went as high as $6.50 a seat in the door, and I'm going to tell you today it's probably right around $500 a seat.
Yep.
But here's the fact. I told you this, guys, a couple weeks ago. Buffalo's coming. Buffalo's coming in mass.
Yep.
Like a herd of buffalo, they're coming. I'm guessing 20,000.
Wow.
That's what I'm guessing. 15,000, 20,000. They're coming strong. And that's the reason why the price is so high, is because they saw this game early on. They knew they had a good team. They saw the game early on. They don't want to sit in the snow. And they're coming 3 hours to come watch the game. And they slowly but surely raised the price from September through maybe late October. And then there's just no tickets. The Lions sold all theirs. There hasn't been a release in 2 or 3 weeks, 4 weeks. So it's been tight all the way through. It's still tight today on 4 togethers. A lot of pairs out.
Has anyone called you for this game? How many calls have you gotten?
Not a lot, because they don't want to pay the money.
Yeah.
They're more interested in the wild card game. Here's my suggestion to the fans out there, that the wild card game is a pretty good buy right now. Because if you catch a season ticket holder that wants to pay his bill like Ryan, he might just sell that to you. And it's a good deal from both sides, because the owner of the season tickets automatically has a built-in customer for the division round should they lose.
Yep.
And if they lose, the only way they're going to get into the wild card is if they lose a game. Coming off of a loss, the price is usually a lot lower than coming off of a win. You could sell it now coming off of a win, and it would be a win-win situation. Just get the guy's money back. So it's good for the buyer and seller today on wild card.
What are you seeing when it comes to we were projecting yesterday, Joel, just about like what a potential NFC championship game would go for at Ford Field, and I can't imagine there would ever be a more expensive ticket in town in the history of Detroit sports than Lions Eagles, let's say, NFC championship game at Ford Field. I don't know if there's been a more expensive seat in a home stadium for a Detroit sports team.
I think you're right. Ryan. It's been, you think back to the World Series, but it's not a fair comparison. First of all, we have 60 years of built-up frustration here. That's first of all. Second of all, football is a unique sport because we're only playing 9 or 10 games at home. And last but not least, it's not fair to compare pre-COVID pricing to post-COVID pricing. Post-COVID, we're in a completely different era with Taylor Swift and the amount of pricing increases that have gone on in the primary and secondary market. It's a different world.
Did you sell any packages yet to Detroit fans for the playoffs and Super Bowl? Have you sold any packages yet?
Yeah, it's been on fire with that insurance thing, man. I sold like 14 seats last week.
Wow.
Free insurance on the Lions. You get your money back if the Lions don't make the Super Bowl. They love it.
Tell Ryan about that. He wasn't here last week.
Ryan, we've been missing you. I've been out here every time I come on.
I'm always the one that tries to. I want you to know I'm always the one that tells Maz. I say, Maz, get Joel on the show. He knows about this stuff.
He does.
I forgot what the question was now.
The insurance. Tell Ryan about your
The
insurance package for the Super
Here's
Bowl.
the deal, Ryan. I have so many people that are coming at me saying, "Hey, Joel, Super Bowl, what are the price? How do I get my tickets?" I say, "Are you a Lions fan?" They said, "Well, yeah, but we only want to go if the Lions go." So I don't have enough time in the day to write up all these people on Monday morning after they win the game and go around and collect their money to sell the tickets. And so I found some way to be able to allow the people to buy their tickets for the Super Bowl from me now. If the Lions make it, they get their tickets. Doesn't cost them anything extra. If the Lions lose, they get all their money back, less the 3.5% insurance fee.
Perfect.
They don't have to work for that.
Where can you get that? I mean, who
Big
else
Time
is doing?
Worldwide.
I know, that's what I'm saying. Who else is doing that?
BigTimeWorldwide.com, baby. You can call me on my phone, 248-827-7678, 248-827-7678. Yeah, the Big Time Worldwide there. Just call me, people, and I'll be more than glad to talk to anybody about Super Bowl and tell them how it works. This is my 35th straight Super Bowl, guys.
Awesome.
That's awesome, man. Joel, we love you, man. What dumb question. Did you have any movement with that Taylor Swift tour? That Taylor Swift situation was big over the last year and a half. Just wrapped up on Sunday.
It was huge. But let me let you guys in on something. I don't know that I don't think we covered this the last time I was on, but there was a massive breach at Ticketmaster. Here, I got a copy of the letter right here, dated July 22nd. Somebody logged in and hacked all of Ticketmaster's customers' usernames, passwords, credit cards, emails, so on and so forth. 2 days after this happened, a broker called me, sold me 4 tickets for Taylor Swift for $5,000 for the 4 tickets. He sent them to me. I paid him. I posted them. I sold them. I collected the money. I sent them off. 2 weeks later, I get a phone call. "Hey, Joel, can you resend the tickets?" I said, "I sent them already." Make a long story short, somebody logged into this person's account and pretended to be Ryan Ermanni, and they stole Ryan's tickets and sold them to my friend, a broker.
Wow.
And it went through the chain, and I have to give double the money back if I don't sell the tickets. So it's a cluster mess. And not only did this happen to me, but this happened hundreds and hundreds of times to other brokers and other exchanges. So not long after this happened, they made everybody change their username and password. Unbeknownst to you, you just thought, "Oh, I'm logging in. I got to change it." But behind the scenes, there's all this chaos going on. There's now class action lawsuits against Ticketmaster for all of this. The damages are in the hundreds of millions of dollars. This is not connected to the 40 attorney generals that are suing Ticketmaster and Live Nation, but rather a separate lawsuit. So it's been rather chaotic behind the scenes with all of these people have going on, and they're not being. I mean, you can Google it, you can find it in the news, it's there, but it's not front page. So more than ever, people, you need to be aware of who you're dealing with, and even me, a professional, can get fooled. We ended up straightening the mess out, but it's a very, very treacherous landscape out there.
It's crazy, man. It is crazy. And again, we do have Joel's information in the chat if you guys want to contact Joel. Website, phone number as well. Joel's phone number, 248-210-6566. Is that the number, Joel, that we have in there?
That's my cell number. You can use that. We can use that. That's fine.
Whatever.
I want to ask you
go
one
ahead.
question before I leave.
Sure.
My son will not be happy. My son's got a radio show.
Yeah.
And he's on the radio, and his cohort scored Dan Miller last week for an interview.
No kidding.
So he wants me to ask you if you'll do a short spot with him.
Done.
So you can go on there with him.
Done.
So his teacher will say, "Yeah, okay. You know, who's got it, Dan or Ryan?" You know.
Done.
So, right?
Consider it done. Reach out. You've got my cell number. We'll absolutely do that. 100%. You got it.
Tell your son we'll get him Braylon, too.
Tell your son we'll bring him in here. He can do it here.
Wait a second. Do me one favor for me here, because I'm gonna put this up on the. He's having surgery today. Okay?
Oh my gosh.
Good
He's
luck,
having
kid.
surgery, so I want to put it up there I want
What's
to
his
put
name?
it up there so he hears it from you. Here, Ryan, my son wanted to know if you'll do the show with him, and I'm going to show him this clip. What's the answer?
100% yes.
Yes.
100% yes. I will do that
Cool.
show. And then you got to get your dad to bring you in studio here, and we'll put you on for a segment here on Woodward Sports 2. How about that?
Very good, guys. Thanks.
Deal. Thanks,
All right,
Joel.
beautiful.
Thanks, Joel.
BigTimeWorldwide.com.
See you, buddy.
Joel's cell number in the mix as well. Fascinating guy to talk to. As knowledgeable person that you will find talking about tickets.
And he just tells you, just be careful out there. You don't know what you're getting. And I will say this, and I've been saying it for years, Ticketmaster deserves their comeuppance. They need to be stopped.
Yeah.
Stop.
They need to be stopped. They're worse than loan sharks.
Yes, sir.
Worse.
They too are this guy.
Right. Everybody getting theirs.
We're getting scalped left and right.
Yeah, everybody gonna get theirs.
Give me a
At the
break,
end of the
man.
day, that's what it comes
basically,
down
look,
to.
here's the bottom line. Here's the bottom line. Everybody's going to pay the price.
Yep.
Right? Everybody's going to pay the price.
Not right.
It may not be right, but life isn't right.
Yeah.
That's
It may
true.
not be right.
It could be.
Everybody's going to pay the price. And what people are going to do to make up for the increase is sell a game or two or even three. Would you go to 5 games instead of 8? Would you go to 6 games instead of 9?
Right.
Just to be able to keep your season
But
tickets.
Dad, I want to go. I never get to go. All right, honey, here you go.
Get a job.
Is you
Here
gonna
you
pay
go,
this?
buddy.
Right, exactly, right? Is you gonna pay this price?
Yeah,
Good job.
okay. Wait till
think-
Olivia. Wait till
listen.
Olivia does that to you.
I do think the one that sucks, the one thing that really does suck about this is I do believe you are, and it's not just the Lions. This is not a Lions-specific thing. This is professional sports. I think you are pricing out the families. I don't even want to say the little guys.
Yeah.
You are pricing out the families because in order, can you and another person go? Yes, probably. You and your wife and your kids, when you start getting into 4 and 5 tickets, if you got a family of 4, a family of
It's
5,
steep, yeah.
then it becomes real, almost insurmountable. You might go to 1 game a year if you're lucky. If you're lucky. And I just remember I became such a sports fan growing up because you could go to the game
could
for
afford it.
nothing.
$5, $10 bucks,
For
right?
nothing.
Yeah.
When you see these guys up close and personal, whether it's a baseball player, a basketball game, or a hockey game,
hooked.
You are hooked.
You're hooked.
And you want to go back again.
Yeah.
The worst is when you do go to the 1 game, oh, Dad, that was so great.
Wanna
I
go
can't wait to
again.
go
Right.
again.
Right.
Well, son will go next year. You know what I mean?
But like
Right.
he said, we are in the inflation era. This is all unknown to us, and normally it's the fan that has to suffer with everything. I mean, my dad used to say it famously, for lack of better words, poop rolls downhill.
Yeah.
And that's just what the fans are at the bottom. They test your fandom to see how much you really want to go. It's sad, but
That's
it's
on the
truth.
button, man. That's mic drop right there.
But again, like I said, this is a 1-day story, maybe a 2 or 3-day story. But when Sunday comes,
I think it's more than that.
when Sunday comes for sure, this is all Lions, Bills. And as Joel said, Maz, you've been saying it for a while too. Buffalo is coming.
Oh,
they're coming about
The mafia
20,000
is
strong.
coming. The mafia will be here.
Where do they get all their money from in Buffalo?
They love their football. What else is there to do in Buffalo? But
Right.
eat wings and watch football.
Right.
Come on.
CBS NFL Today is going to be in Detroit as well. So they're bringing their entire pregame show. This is a big weekend in football. You've got the Eagles and Steelers on Fox.
At the same time.
The Fox pregame show is going to Philadelphia, I believe.
Yep.
We're going to have the CBS pregame show here in Detroit.
Tony?
It is pretty awesome to be a part of this. And we'll talk all things Lions coming up momentarily. I do want to get you an injury report. Here's Dan Campbell. Dan Campbell earlier today with the update on all of these players, specifically the defensive players who are out injured.
So looks like, Pascal's gotten through the week pretty good thus far. Reeder as well, Levi as well, Decker as well. Matt cleared protocol, so I think we're trending the right way with all those guys. Today will certainly be the icing on the cake with those guys, but they all look pretty good right now. So that's good.
That's incredible news. First and foremost, to get Taylor Decker back on that offensive line, I think is imperative. Obviously, to get Josh Pascal back is imperative. Aleem McNeil, he's another guy that you want back. DJ Reader, another
if he
guy
can give us anything.
Right.
Yeah.
Right? Someone's got to watch Josh Allen. I don't know who it's going to be, but someone has got to just be on him.
Yeah.
Make him throw the ball. Make James Cook beat you. And they ain't going to. Mm-hmm. All right? Make him throw the ball and make James Cook run, and you will win by 10.
That'd be fascinating if something like that could happen. We talk about these defensive players. This guy has been tremendous since he's come on board from the Cleveland Browns at the trade deadline. Darius Smith.
Look how happy he is.
Where would this defense be without him? He fits in so perfectly with obviously his game, the position that he plays, but the person that he is too. As you mentioned, Tom Asway, the guy is always smiling. He looks like a tremendous teammate, somebody that you want to be around. Here's Dan Campbell on what Zadarius Smith's impact has been to the Detroit Lions football team.
He's been really good for us. He fits the rooms, fits the guys. Our players have embraced him, and he there again, it's like I mentioned this before. It's like offense. Of course, you love having players that produce, but it's really that brings something different than the guy next to you. It's why you like having different receivers. It's like why you like having different defensive backs, different rushers, different D linemen, backers, because it just enables you to do more, and that's what he does for us.
They stole this guy. 5th round pick. Browns wanted a 3rd or a 4th. They hung on. They got a 5th to send to Cleveland. And this guy is making this defense. And I'm going to tell you, he's going to be here next year and the year after. He'll finish his career here in Detroit. I know he's been traveled, but this guy fits here. And when Aiden Hutchinson comes back, and you got your whole line back, and you got your linebackers all set, Anzalone, and these guys, this defense will even be better next year. Watch out, man. That's all I got to say.
Yeah, pretty incredible stuff when you project ahead to some of these defensive players, because the guys that are out, even Marcus Davenport being out right now.
That's right. I forgot about him.
You always do, because he didn't stick around. Kirby Joseph talking about Dan Campbell on Good Morning Football a couple of days ago. This team loves their head coach. Here's Kirby Joseph on NFL Network Good Morning Football.
One thing I feel like I love about Dan Campbell is that he tells you exactly how it is. He tells you what you need to hear. He's not coded. He's not gonna baby you. He's gonna tell you exactly what it is. I feel like my rookie year, we had a lot of talks, and I feel like he has the same mindset I have. He doesn't want me to slack off or be contemplating on my play. He always wants me to get better. So just having talks with him, man, I feel like he really always wants everybody to get better. Not only me, but everybody on his team. He's really for everybody on his team, and that's what I love. That's what I love. When they say he's a player's coach, Dan Campbell is really a player's coach, and I feel like it's because he played the game, he lived the game. So he understands what we all go through day to day. Man, he's really so inspiring. I feel like the meetings, team meetings, you might not know what's going on, but it's stuff it translates into the game. I feel like the things he talks, the things he preaches really translate into the game. Look at that guy right there. That's my coach right there, man. That's my coach right there, man. I got so much love for Dan Campbell. So he's just an amazing dude. I could tell he not only takes care of the player, but he also takes care of the coaches. So I feel like that's just everything.
So that's Kirby Joseph on Good Morning Football. Look, Dan Campbell loves his players. He loves his team, and those players, Maz, they will do anything for that guy. You want to go for it?
Yeah, go ahead.
4th and 13 at your own 2-yard line.
Go
Let's
ahead.
go for it. We got it. Fine. Okay. What's the play call?
I love when they're going for it, and you look at the other sideline, and they're like Apollo Creed, like this.
A ball?
What?
Like Frank Drebin in
Right.
Ball.
Right. They're going for it here?
I can still see Matt LaFleur's face.
Yeah.
And cursing under his breath when in the rain at Green Bay when they go for it and get the touchdown. He's like, mother bleeper or whatever the hell he said. And last week, the way he was just a defeated guy, just shaking his head wow, they're staying on the field? What? They're staying on the field?
Right.
Green Bay would have called a timeout, by the way, had they had one. when the Lions were going on fourth down. I don't think they were ready.
No doubt.
Because they had stopped the Lions all day on the ground. And that, even falling down, they got 5 yards on that play.
It's crazy.
They blew that line up behind Penei Sewell.
Absolutely. And sticking with Jared Goff for a moment, Jared Goff, an MVP candidate, going up against Josh Allen, MVP candidate of the Buffalo Bills. And, of course, Saquon Barkley is in that mix as well. But Dan Campbell talks about how Jared Goff's goals are not to win the MVP, but to win the Super Bowl. Here's Dan Campbell.
And I guarantee you that's not Goff's focus, is winning the MVP. That's icing on the cake. But I know for us, man, if you just focus on the win and what it's going to take to win this game, and whatever comes out of that, the individual accolades will follow. You'll turn around and look back and you realize, all right, this is what's transpired because we've won. So, I'm not worried about it. He's not worried about it. We just got to find a way to win.
Coach of the Year. I couldn't care less about all these individual awards. I really couldn't. I hate making a big deal out of the MVP or Coach of the Year because what does that even do for you?
Look at college football. The Maxwell is the best player. No, the Heisman is the best player. This award, that award. Right. They're all the same. It's nice to get. It's nice to wear. It's nice to put on your mantle. It's a good thing to have. To win the Conn Smythe Trophy is a great thing in hockey. It's the best thing. Even when you lose, it's still a great thing to have, man. It really is.
Yeah, no, it's fine.
MVP?
Right.
Listen, man, if Saquon wasn't playing like he was, I think if the Lions beat the Bills like I think they're going to, and they win out, what the hell, man? Jared Goff to me is more important than Josh Allen.
Best player on the best team.
I don't care what Sal told us.
Right.
That we have more weapons. What the hell does that mean?
Best player on the best team.
It don't mean anything.
That's how they normally give the award
He's
out.
70 or 80% percentage completion.
Yeah.
How many perfect games has he had this year? A half a dozen?
4, like 4 or 5.
To me, he is up there, and he gets railroaded. I'm telling you, he's getting railroaded. That's because he's here in Detroit.
Jameson Williams talked about the comparison between Jared Goff and Josh Allen.
I think he's a great player. He's a great. He's more the reason why we win games because he just take control of the games. I just like my quarterback better.
I love that.
Why wouldn't he? Right? I mean, why wouldn't he? That offense is humming right now. Did you know that last week against the Packers, Jared Goff was the first quarterback in the history of the NFL to complete 5 or more passes to 6 different receivers?
It's unreal.
Yep.
It's unreal.
Great stat line.
Maybe that's what Sal Capaccio meant. We got more weapons. There are more people for us to give the ball to.
Right.
But that doesn't take away from being the most valuable player.
No doubt about it. Absolutely. I will say this, too, about Jared Goff, and something to look forward to in the last month of the season, the last month of the regular season. One of the guys that Jared Goff connected with multiple times, I believe he had 5 catches in the game last week without having the numbers in front of me. I believe it was 5. Is Sam Laporta. And I do believe that Sam Laporta is getting involved again in the passing game. Quietly getting involved in the passing game, really for the first time this season. He has not been healthy. He injured in training camp, has not been healthy all throughout the season.
He played hurt last year.
Finally getting healthy now, and with health comes reps too. And a couple of weeks ago, their timing was off between Goff and Laporta. And I just think if you can get this guy going, especially in the red zone, that is just an added element to this offense that is just critically hard to guard against. It is, who are you going to guard against? The 2 running backs, Gibbs or Montgomery, Amon-Ra, now Laporta.
And his tight end buddies.
By the way, Tim Patrick in the red zone. He's deadly.
Big body receiver.
Last game. So
I'll tell you, you still have Brock Wright and Zylstra who could catch the ball.
No doubt.
No question.
But I mean, I'm just saying, Laporta is a guy, talent-wise, that is unmatched right now. Even perhaps in this top 3 or 4 tight end in the league, I would say, when he's going.
Brock Bowers is really showing. He's the next Laporta.
Yeah. He's doing that with Aiden O'Connell.
Out in Vegas. Out in Vegas. That guy is amazing.
Yep.
Looks like he's 35, but, he's 22 years old.
Yeah,
whatever.
right.
He's a monster.
Star
the Raiders did a good job
team.
picking him, but that's another team that picked a player like the Giants did.
Right.
That they can't get the ball to.
Right.
Yet he is still dominating. And Laporta was awesome last year. He was the best tight end, rookie tight end ever. Brock Bowers is now doing that himself. But maybe the second half of this year, like we've been saying, is going to be our guy. It's going to be Laporta time.
No doubt. Guys, we just went 1 full hour without any commercial breaks. And I want to remind everybody, we are now live on X. We are live on Facebook. And, of course, as always, live on YouTube. And we just cannot thank you enough. Tell a friend about Woodward Sports. We are having some fun. Lions Friday. Coming up next, we'll go around the NFL. We've got our pick segment to do as well. Dr. Pierce will go through some of those injuries. And one of the Michigan quarterbacks entered the portal. We'll tell you which one that is, and we wish him the best.
And one of our arch enemies is back in the game.
All that and so much more. But first, a message from KDK Law, dealing with divorce, child custody, family law issues. KDK Law in Birmingham has your back. 10-plus years of experience, 24/7 availability. Scan the QR code on your screen or call 248-971-0476. 248-971-0476. Say Woodward Sports sent you, and KDK will pay your filing fee. KDK Law, hey, got your back.
And Planet Fitness, where your fitness is essential. And listen, I've been telling you all about this all day. 50-plus Metro Detroit locations and thousands worldwide. I mean, they are literally everywhere. Still the best deal in the gym game today, period. $15 a month gets you everything that you need to get right for the new year or the right now. Everybody knows to go to Planet Fitness, where your fitness is essential. And then after that, after you have a good workout, how about you take a shot of tequila, man, and take some of that stress off, man. It's 1800 Tequila, the best tasting tequila and the official tequila of Woodward Sports Lions watch parties and post-game show. Join 1800 Tequila and Woodward Sports every single Lions weekend live from Hayes Social in Shelby Township, and we are turning up all those wins with smooth 1800 Tequila, proud sponsor of your and our Detroit Lions. 1800 Tequila, it's the best taste in tequila, and again, y'all, drink responsibly.
Big injuries, big news. Twice a week, Dr. Jeff Pierce from Michigan Sports and Spine joins Woodward Sports Network for the Injury Insider Report. Big D Energy Tuesdays at noon, and Ermanni and Edwards with Maz Thursdays at 3:30. Get expert analysis and in-depth breakdowns on the latest sports injuries from the man trusted by top athletes in the community, like D-Mac. Whether it's the Lions, Pistons, Tigers, or Red Wings, Dr. Pierce talks us through it all. Don't miss the Injury Insider Report with Dr. Jeff Pierce, your go-to source for understanding the impact of injuries on the games and players we love. Only on Woodward Sports Network. Scan the QR code on the screen or go to MichiganSportsandSpine.com to see if Dr. Jeff Pierce can help you.
Walk into any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men today. Open 7 days a week. Sit back, relax, and enjoy precision haircut, scalp massage, hot leather neck shave, and hot towel treatment from one of our talented stylists. Step up your game this season and take advantage of our $20 haircut special. Scan the QR code and get your coupon today. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, the ultimate haircut experience. Open 7 days a week. Walk-ins always welcome. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, it's wicked awesome.
A network for the city, by the city. Woodward Sports is Detroit Sports.
Stop searching for a vehicle and start finding one. Les Stanford Chevrolet Cadillac makes it easy. We harness the power of multiple dealerships and own the biggest selection of GM brands in the area to get you the car you need. With the Les Stanford Group, you'll have access to 4 different dealerships, providing you with more makes, more models, and more choices. We're connected to more than 1,000 vehicles. And with so many high-quality CPO vehicles available, you'll find new car quality at pre-owned prices. You can start and end your search at lesstanford.com today.
The most talked about Detroit media by other Detroit media, and we love it. It's the Woodward Sports Network.
Get energized for the holidays during the 12 Days of Fitness at Planet Fitness. Now through December 20th, join for $1 down, $15 a month. And recharge this holiday season and beyond in the clean and spacious judgment-free zone, filled with equipment for every workout. Stay motivated with free fitness training and lots more. Celebrate the 12 Days of Fitness at Planet Fitness. Join for $1 down, $15 a month. Hurry! Offer ends December 20th.
Love Woodward Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on Shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Woodward Golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today. The bad boys from the NFL are here. Your 2024 Detroit Lions are the hardest hitting, highest flying, trickiest playing, grittiest team in the NFL.
A dominant team.
Get all your coverage of your favorite team right here in your favorite network. Woodward Sports. A ton of fun, a ton of sports, and a ton of man meat. Welcome to the Woodward Heavyweights, live daily 5 to 7 p.m. on Woodward Sports.
Hey guys, dreaming of a new home but feeling a financial pinch? Well, Mark White & Associates, your trusted real estate experts, are here to help. Mark White and his team will pay up to $5,000 of your closing costs. That's $5,000 right off the top, guys. Call Mark White & Associates today, 248-290-8242. You want to visit them online as well, markwhitesells.com. Again, that number, 248-290-8242 to make your dreams come true. With all that money you could save, you head on over to Soroki's Crispy Chicken and Pizza limited time offer continuing throughout this football season. Soroki's debuting their fresh signature flavored wings this season. Grab your friends, order a New York style pizza, and add fresh wings for the game this weekend. Try one of their 7 different flavors. Try them out right now. It is www.sorokis.com.
And let me tell you about Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. Awesome is when a guy can be a guy and get an amazing haircut. That's Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. Walk in today, sit back, relax, enjoy a $20 haircut special. Scalp massage, hot leather neck shave, and hot towel treatment from one of our talented stylists. Take advantage of our $20 haircut special. Just scan the QR code, top left-hand corner of your screen right now. Get that $20 coupon. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, open 7 days a week. Walk-ins always welcome. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. It's wicked awesome.
Bam.
Hour number 2 of the program, Ryan Ermanni, Tom Mazaway. Braylon is out today. KG, Pete Spivak in with us, having some fun, talking a little football. Hour number 1, we went a complete hour without any commercial interruption. We hope you guys enjoyed that. We talked to Joel Schwartz, BigTimeWorldwide.com, get his sense on Lions tickets. The increase has been a major story throughout the city today. A lot of fans left stunned at their invoice, so to speak.
Wow.
Yeah, it's pretty interesting what they've done, but enough of that. Lions and Bills this week from Ford Field. It is going to be a great football game. By the way,
drown out that mafia. Drown them out.
We are live on X and Facebook as well now. We kicked that off today, so we're really excited to do that and air on those platforms. If you're watching on YouTube, you can always watch us on YouTube. Thank you so much. Absolutely. Tom Mazaway, I did want to make mention of one thing before we move along and go through the NFL news and notes, go around the NFL. Dr. Pierce will join us in about 30 minutes from now as well. Did you see the news today who the next defensive coordinator will be for Bill Belichick at North Carolina?
I told you I was arguing with Gary Myers last week and said, great, Bill Belichick's going to go coach somewhere, but he's going to bring this jackass with him.
Please, your language.
Fox
News, please. Matt Patricia is going to be the next defensive coordinator of the North Carolina Tar Heels. Interesting choice. I guess he's just going back to the well. I mean, is Josh McDaniels going to be the offensive coordinator? I would assume so if McDaniels wants to coach. You know, a lot of these guys, who knows what's in you. I mean, if I had all that money, I'd probably be like, I'm good.
Yeah,
I'm good.
I know, but this is like a new thing. This is not, you're not going to an NFL team. You're going to a college, a campus, and it's a different type of excitement. I think it would like light a fire under you again. Look how it lit the fire for Belichick.
Yeah.
It lit the fire for him.
Let me play a couple of sound bites from you. This is Bill Belichick at his press conference in North Carolina yesterday. Here he is.
I knew it was college football, and so it's great to come back home to Carolina and back in an environment that I really grew up in. When you're little, you don't remember everything. Obviously, I was too young to remember a lot of things from Carolina. But as I grew up, you hear the same story over and over and over and over again. And so one story I always heard was Billy's first words were, beat Duke.
I'm roughly your age, so I ask you this respectfully. Just at 72, why do you want to keep coaching? What's in it for you? You've proven yourself over and over, and your legacy is set. Why keep coaching?
Well, beats working.
Good.
When you love what you do, and my dad told me this, when you love what you do, it's not work.
So there you go, Bill Belichick on why he wants to keep coaching. And look, David Letterman, I don't know if you saw this, but David Letterman at 77 years old signed on with another season for Netflix, and my next guest needs no introduction. He said, I'm not retiring. I don't want to retire. When you stop having some sort of passion or some sort of will for what you're doing, then maybe you move on to the next thing. But
does he still have that long beard?
Yeah. He's like, I don't want to retire, because you lose all purpose in life if you are lost. Now, if you have a plan for retirement, that's completely different.
The money helps too.
Well, yeah, and if you have money for retirement, but if you don't have money, then you just sit there.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, then you're just sitting there on your couch, literally waking up with nothing to do.
Yeah.
Right. I see it with my parents.
You're just waiting to die.
As the years went on, my mom never in a million years should have retired. She should have done something, anything.
Mm-hmm.
She was like as gregarious as a woman as you would ever meet. She would be the PTA leader. She'd be the library board leader. She'd be the truant officer at school.
Mm-hmm.
My dad, same thing. Selling Hostess cupcakes for 30 years, and then he worked for the Department of Public Works. He'd just pick up the phone, Public Works, and Sam would bring the donuts in and all of that. Then they retired, and I talked to my dad every day, and he's like, I'm like, Dad, what's happening? He's like, same thing. Same thing. They look forward to the weekend, because actually they don't even know it's the weekend. As long as my sisters will have dinner and have a party, that's what they live for. My parents literally live to see their family. Other than that, they're just yapping at each other, screaming at each other. My dad can't hear. My mom is screaming. I'm like, Mom, he's 97. Leave him alone. Leave him alone. And she don't give a damn. She don't give a damn that he's 97. Sam, you're not sick. They are. The Costanzas. Sam and Claire.
I love that. Tom. That brings me so much joy.
Thanks, man.
I love that. Some college news. Michigan quarterback Alex Orji has entered the transfer portal.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm shocked.
Look, I'm a fan of Alex Orji. It just didn't work out here. Served its purpose. He came in. He did some nice things. He's a national champion. He'll never forget it.
Yep.
He'll always be a Michigan Wolverine.
Yeah.
I was surprised as anybody that he didn't start that first game this year, and they came out with Davis Warren or something like that. I'm like, what in the world? But then you're like, wait a minute.
Hey, he beat Ohio State, man.
He did. Davis Warren, Michigan legend.
Yes.
There's no doubt about that.
Yeah.
1-0.
Absolutely. So we'll
the best
take
thing
it.
about Alex Orji's era there was the announcer. I forgot who it was.
Was
it RG3?
Orji's
in the end zone.
Yep.
That was the best thing for
Absolutely.
Alex Orji. I wish him the best.
No doubt.
He didn't want to be a running back because that's what he was going to be at Penn State.
And maybe so. Or maybe he could be like a Taysom Hill type player.
Maybe he'll go for maybe he'll start with the Michigan Panthers in another year.
Right. All right, Tom Mazaway, shall we go around the NFL? And we'll start, by the way, my friend, in San Francisco last night.
Wow. Here's a game that Pete said, hey, it's going to rain. I'm like, okay, big deal. It's going to rain. The LA Rams out-field goaled the San Francisco 49ers by a final of 12-6.
What a bleep show.
Is this the
12-6.
Is this the first? Because my Twitter feed was filled with the 200-1 no touchdown play.
Yeah, the guy hit it.
$25 won a guy $5,000 or something like that.
Nice.
Is this the first game this season with no touchdown
Think
scored?
so.
I think it is.
Think so.
It might be.
Think you're correct.
Well, I would look back at any Giant game, first of all. Start there.
There was a
But their
Jaguar-
opponent would score.
Yeah, you might be right.
There was a Jaguars game that was like 12-6, I think.
There were a couple
something.
bad ones. Remember the Steelers?
Yeah.
They won a game by scoring like 18 on 6 field goals.
Yeah.
So I don't know what the other team scored.
Yeah,
but this,
the
this
other
was
team
ugly.
didn't score.
This was as ugly a game as you can get. And it basically, the Niners are done officially now. And you guys called it. I didn't think they'd fall this far. And it all started with CMC not being healthy this year. And Brock Purdy looks like he's gone backwards, although they say they're going to give him a new contract. But a guy that fell off the universe is Deebo Samuel.
First of all, I think this started before Christian McCaffrey got hurt. I think this started in training camp with Brandon Ayuk and all offseason. The turmoil that happened with that team. It's just, and again, one of the reasons why you have to strike when the iron is hot. You have a limited window in this league, unless you have a Patrick Mahomes type player. Yeah. Which there's one of in the league.
Right.
I mean, even without that, they had a long window. They multiple NFC
Yeah,
championship games,
5 years,
Super Bowls.
6 years.
Yeah, that's a long window in the
long
NFL.
window. You're absolutely right about that.
I'll take that window here.
Yeah,
absolutely.
I will take that window
But you
here.
have to strike, man. You have to hit. And they didn't do that. And I'll tell you, I turned that game on last night. And it was the interception in the end zone late in the fourth quarter when all you need to do is get in a field goal range and tie the game. I'm not paying Brock Purdy $50 million.
Yeah,
I'm just not. I'm going to rebuild and start all over. I'm going to figure it out.
Really?
I'm not paying Brock Purdy $50 million.
All right, but how about my idea of Aaron Rodgers finishing his career?
Fine.
There?
Do that.
Kirk Cousins finishing his career.
That'd be good for a year.
I would absolutely do that.
For a year, yeah. Why not?
For 1 year, because then you got time to find a quarterback.
Well, maybe Brock Purdy gets better.
Yeah,
maybe that.
He just had, let's face it, they've all had a bad year this year.
That's true.
Can you put that all on him?
But would
I
you
don't
pay
think
him
you can.
$55 million?
I don't know.
Because that's what it's going to take.
Right.
$55 million.
He's a Daniel Jones, perhaps.
Yeah.
What is he?
Perhaps
2-8 against teams above
winning.
500
Yeah, well, winning
or
record. I
something
think he
like
has
that.
one win.
Yeah, maybe it's one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think he's like 1-9.
And if I'm Brock
against
Purdy,
teams
I'm
that winning record.
not stepping foot in training camp
Now
until I have
listen,
a contract.
I really liked him. Last year, he beat the Lions on his own. He escaped last year. Those runs
a ball
against the
bouncing off of
Lions.
Kendall
yeah,
Vildor's
right.
face
Well, yeah,
mask.
of
We
course.
beat
Of
ourselves
course
a
that
little
helped.
bit.
They had everything went for them. The fumble by Jahmyr Gibbs, first fumble of the year. Everything went their way. But I thought he was great in that. And he almost won a damn Super Bowl. Brock Purdy almost won a Super Bowl. And they lucked out when they got him because, who they
Mr.
drafted.
Irrelevant,
Who's playing in Dallas, can't even get on the field
Trey
for like
Lance.
more than a play of the game.
That was another
Crazy.
bad move by them.
Right. So
Hey, big moment in that game too, Maz.
last night, in the third quarter, the San Francisco linebacker, Devondre Campbell, walked over to Kyle Shanahan. Shanahan's like, go ahead, get in the game. He's like, nah, I'm done. I'm leaving. He's like, what do you mean? Remember how Antonio Brown walked off the field?
Yep.
This guy basically did the same thing.
Without the theatrics.
Here's Kyle Shanahan.
Happened with Devondre Campbell. He didn't play and he went into the locker room at some point.
Yeah, he said he didn't want to play today.
Play today?
Yep.
The coaching staff?
He did when I asked him why he didn't want to go in. So.
During the game or before?
No, that was in the third quarter.
That's unbelievable. It truly is. And we'll play a cut from one of his teammates. But then the reporter asked him, hey, is there a chance you might have lost this team, coach?
With Devondre opting to not go into the game, what do you need to do to ensure that you don't lose the rest of the locker room?
I haven't lost anybody. That's somebody who doesn't want to play football. That's pretty simple. I mean, I think our team and myself, we know how we feel about that. So I don't think we need to talk about him anymore.
Is the interception?
What do you think of
I'm surprised.
Shanahan?
First of all, I'm surprised that I haven't seen that player been cut yet.
Not yet.
I'm surprised by that, to be honest with you. George Kittle, very outspoken afterwards.
Said, I never want to see that guy. Basically,
Right.
I don't want to see that guy
And
again.
he wasn't the only one.
Right.
There were several players last night in the San Francisco 49ers dressing room, our locker room.
Yep, here's Charvarius Ward.
Yeah, there you go.
Listen to him.
I mean, he's a professional. He's been playing for a long time. I mean, if he didn't want to play, he shouldn't have dressed out. He could have told him that before the game. So I feel like there was some subtle shit that he did. Definitely hurt the team because, D went down. And we needed a linebacker, you know, and I think Flan was banged up too. So for him to do that, that's some sucker stuff to me, in my opinion. Like, he's probably gonna get cut soon, so you know, it is what it is with that.
You heard him. He's probably going to get cut soon.
Right. And, you know,
does he play again with anybody?
Dude, I think that's the biggest no-no in sports. I mean, it's an Antonio Brown situation without the theatrics. Antonio Brown quit mid-game, but he was, you know, running off the field half naked.
Right.
You know, this player, Dan Campbell, who I've never heard of before last night, thought he should be playing over Drake Greenlaw.
Right. Drake Greenlaw he was out most of the year. They activated him last night. And, this guy said, well, he shouldn't be starting over me. And, they said, yeah, he should be. He said,
Drake Greenlaw.
Yeah, he's you know who he is,
what
right?
Are you talking about?
Yeah, okay. You know what? Just follow him. You know, you can still play.
You know his name, right?
Nah, I'm done.
Right. KD, you know who I am.
Oh, my God.
Isn't that something?
Yeah.
You don't really see stuff like that.
No.
Now, keep going around the NFL. A guy that we haven't heard about this year, and I put this in specifically for Braylon. OBJ, he was going to, be OBJ. He's going to go to the Dolphins and keep his career going. Well, they have parted ways, mutually parted ways. Yeah. Now, OBJ is available. Free agent.
No.
Anyone take a chance on him?
Buffalo.
There's playoff teams, yes.
There's a report he's supposed to. The Rams are showing interest in bringing him back.
I don't know where purpose that serves. I mean, you've got some talent there in LA. I mean, obviously you've got Puka Nacua now. Before you didn't have Puka Nacua.
Right.
Last night I saw a stat: Cooper Kupp ran 4.59 miles. Didn't get one target.
Yeah,
that's amazing.
Didn't
like
get
Chariots
one
of Fire
target.
How does that happen?
It's like Chariots of Fire.
It is incredible.
That was Patrick Mahomes. Remember in the Super Bowl?
Yeah.
Didn't they say he ran like so many miles to try to escape? That was the Super Bowl he lost.
Yeah. I'm telling you, if I'm OBJ and I know you're in Miami and you're in Miami, you're in LA and all this stuff, I'm making a beeline for Josh Allen in Buffalo.
Yeah.
Their top receiver is Tupac Shakur.
Khalil Shakir. Yeah.
What is his first name?
Khalil Shakir.
Shakir. That's their lead dog at receiver.
Yeah, because
and
Amari
the rookie
Cooper
from
is a
Florida
no-show.
State, Keon Coleman.
Yeah, the former Spartan.
Beeline,
but
for Buffalo.
What is Odell Beckham bringing to your team at this point? He's collecting a check at this point. He didn't really do nothing in Miami, even with the targets he did get. I'm just saying, I think he's washed.
You think
man.
he's finished?
I think it's over, man.
It might be.
I'm a big Odell fan. I think it's
he should
over.
sign with the Giants and retire as a Giant.
I mean,
perfect
at this point.
What was the stat yesterday? 0 for 17 in the passing period?
Yeah. In practice.
That's so funny.
In practice.
One
no
more,
defenders.
Maz. One more.
All right, let's give you one more.
Go give me the Commander story.
All right. Well, I wanted to give you another one.
Okay, go ahead. We got time. Go ahead. We got time. Go ahead.
Let's go back to Sunday's game at MetLife Stadium. And I told you there weren't many people there. Tickets were going for $1.
Wow.
Before the game, there was a plane with a sign flying over MetLife. Let's take a look at it.
You can talk over it.
All right, here it is. It's basically saying,
the plane.
Mr. Mara, please, clean house.
Oh my God.
Please, clean house.
We'll pay for that.
By the way, speaking of planes and things flying over stadiums and flying over New York.
Oh, what is this stuff?
What is going on? Did you see
Jersey?
Did you see Governor Larry Hogan? What he put on X?
No. Who is he the governor
He's
for?
the governor of Maryland. And it's happening in Oregon now, too.
Wow.
This is wild, man.
You talking about the drone situation?
Yeah. Let me get Larry Hogan up here.
I think Darren Ravel, didn't he tweet something out that he saw?
Here you go.
Stuff
This is the governor of Maryland. Last night, beginning around 9:45 p.m., I personally witnessed and videoed what appeared to be dozens of large drones in the sky above my residence in Davidson, Maryland. I observed the activity for approximately 45 minutes. Like many who have observed these drones, I do not know if this is increasing activity over our skies is a threat to the public safety or national security, but the public is growing increasingly concerned and frustrated with the complete lack of transparency and dismissive attitude of the federal government. Biden still the president?
Yeah. Technically, yeah.
The government has the ability to track these people from their point of origin. This poor guy.
I think he is.
This poor guy. We don't know who's running.
He pardoned his son, and he does.
This poor guy. He don't know where he is.
He doesn't know what.
The response is entirely unacceptable.
Poor Joe.
Neither the White House, the military, the FBI, Homeland Security have any idea what they are. I mean, is it possibly UFOs?
No,
is it possibly?
I don't know, man.
Not in drone form, I don't think.
I just don't even know anymore.
I mean, UFOs are real. They are going before Congress and telling us they are real. So, but I doubt it's a UFO in this case.
Oh boy, I got one.
Pete, you're up on this kind of stuff.
No,
Pete.
I can't.
Here's your chance to
you
shine.
guys are
Pete.
not ready for what I have to say.
Let's hear it, Pete.
No. You guys aren't ready.
Tell them, Pete. Too hot for TV. Let's go.
You guys really, this is like History Channel
TMZ,
stuff. This
let's
might
go.
be. I'm sorry. There are no such things as UFOs.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
Okay. Look.
Well,
There
that's
are.
not.
I'm like saying, you guys are not ready for this. You guys are not ready for this, man.
I'll give you 60 seconds. Give me your quick synopsis.
In World War II, goes all the way back to World War II. The Germans were exercising different. They invented the helicopter.
The Germans
basically.
bombed Pearl Harbor?
The Germans bombed Pearl Harbor. They basically perfected the helicopter. What they did was that was basically a drone, and they were basically designing of how they could make basically a powerless aircraft become a weapon. And basically they were, and then after World War II, when the Americans and the Russians invaded Germany, they captured all of that technology, split it up in different ways, and that's what Area 51 is basically picking up where the Germans left off after World War II. This is Air Force stuff. This is deep Air Force stuff, guys. I'm not in the Air Force. I don't know, but it's not like they're going to tell when they're going to be launching a UFO to see if it flies. They want you to be surprised. This is deep stuff, guys.
It's the Nazis. Nazis and the Soviets. Got it.
I want to live in your head.
Pretty much.
I want to live in your head.
Wow.
Dude.
I love it.
I love the History Channel so much. I read
when
so
in doubt,
much.
blame China.
I still don't get it, Pete. I still don't get these drones. I still don't get
I
it.
love deep stuff.
Absolutely. Larry Hogan, the 62nd governor of the great state of Maryland.
What's the Jersey governor saying? Weren't they
Phil
all over
Murphy?
Jersey? Yeah.
Phil Murphy's pissed.
What's up, Phil?
Phil is mad.
Phil Murphy's pissed.
Phil is mad.
Damn, Phil.
The most densely populated state in the union, my home state of New Jersey.
He's mad.
Perfect
That's
together.
right. All right, you got a couple more, Maz?
You want a couple more? Sure.
Well, no, I want to get to a commercial break, but you got some good stories here, so I want you in on this.
I can wait.
No, go ahead.
All right. How about the Jets? Let's put up this stat on the Jets. I got to give you your Jet gear.
Yes.
The Jets missed the playoff for the 14th straight time.
Oh, yes.
Sad.
Ryan, would you like to just read that little blurb?
The Jets are out of the playoff contention for the 14th consecutive season, longest active streak in the NFL, and also longer than any other active streak in MLB, NBA, NHL, or we've got to include this now, the WNBA.
And they asked Aaron Rodgers about that. He said something about maybe there's some kind of jinx going on here that we got to break. So Aaron Rodgers says there's some type of jinx going around Jets camp that they got to break. Now, will he be there next year? That's another story. Who the heck knows? But my God.
It's everything but him.
I'd go to San Francisco.
It's everything but him. Now you see why I don't like him. It's everything but him.
He is absolutely.
I'd go to San Francisco.
He is ruining his
no, he's not.
Legacy.
His legacy. He is.
Who cares about legacy? Bill Belichick.
Someone asked me again now. They put it out the other day. Is Aaron Rodgers still a top 5 quarterback in NFL history? And no.
Who's your top 5? Mahomes, Brady.
He's only got one Super Bowl.
Mahomes and Brady.
Brady, Mahomes.
Yeah. Montana,
yeah. That's 3.
Peyton Manning.
That's 4.
Man.
He's not 5. I can tell you that.
There's so many
right
great
now.
ones. No, he's not. Man, I don't want to put the Terry Bradshaw's up there, but he's not top 5.
Get out of here.
What,
he got 4.
He's phenomenal.
He got 3 more
I
than
didn't
him.
say who the.
I'm just throwing guys out. Dan Marino, even though he didn't win a Super Bowl.
Dan Marino's Drew Brees to me.
Okay.
I mean, Brees won at least.
All right, so Brees and Marino tied. Who's your 5th?
I'd rather have Aaron Rodgers than Drew Brees.
Even the way it's ending?
I don't care about the way it's ending. I care about in his prime.
1 Super Bowl, 4 MVPs. 4.
I mean, he's.
I don't know anymore. I'm finding it hard to defend him anymore. Is my point.
It's a lot.
There was no
quarterbacks
one that
take
defended
over.
him more than me.
Yeah.
Especially at this station.
Yeah.
So.
Anyway.
That's what I got there.
Washington, they're not going back to the logo, huh?
The Commanders. Listen to this, guys. The Commanders say the Redskins logo is not going to return, but they are selling some paraphernalia, some merchandise, throwback merchandise this year with the Redskin logo on it. So who knows?
Pro Football Talk, the Commanders have said that their old logo won't be coming back because there was a movement to get it back. And now it's returning for alumni merchandise later this month. From there, who knows? Regardless, the franchise seems to be testing the waters with this.
I think it would explode if they put that gear out.
Oh, yeah.
It would be the biggest selling gear of the entire year. Even more than the Lions.
Mm-hmm. I believe
right
the
now.
chief that is supposed to replicate, that
Right.
tribe has come out.
They've said it from the get-go.
And we
like it.
They want that logo.
They've said it from the
I
get-go.
don't know.
It doesn't offend us.
Oh, well.
And this all started years ago. And I remember being on the air with Rico Beard. And I'd be like, the only people that are complaining about this are the people that don't even watch sports.
Yeah.
That's it. So the little person, the little people tribe here, everyone listened to. And here we are today, and everything is no good.
Ryan, the tribe is the Blackfeet tribe.
Yeah,
and I
that's
used
it.
to have one of my fraternity brothers was a Blackfeet. Yes.
That's it. Great stuff. All right. Okay, we're going to take a break. When we come back, we'll do picks. Then we'll do Dr. Pierce after that. But first, a message from us here at WSN.
That's right, everybody. Coming up this Sunday, Woodward and Maine will be live right here in studio, 8 to 9 a.m. with the great Matt Broder and the even greater Terry Reginald Foster. We will do Woodward and Maine, the Lions preview show, 8 to 9 a.m. this Sunday. And then following the Lions preview show from 10 to noon, live at the Second Best Bar, located at 42 Watson Street in downtown Detroit, you'll get the New Holland Brewing Lions pregame show with the great Sean Belegian and the even greater Neil Rule. Live from the Second Best Bar, 10 to noon this coming Sunday, brought to you by New Holland Brewing Company, 1800 Tequila, Tullamore Dew Irish Whiskey, and the greatest of them all, which would be Sabbath Coffee. And you can fuel your Lions fandom with the perfect cup and become a subscriber of Sabbath Coffee Roasters.
I love what you said.
Whether you're gearing up for a big game or savoring a quiet morning, Sabbath Coffee Roasters has you covered with fresh, locally roasted specialty coffee delivered right to your door. Head to www.sabbathcoffeeroasters.com. Choose your favorite roast. Use the code word Woodward, and you'll get 25% off your first subscription order. Awaken, unwind, support local, and enjoy game day right with Sabbath Coffee Roasters. We'll be right back.
Can't get enough Lions coverage? Make sure you catch all Woodward sports shows every game day. Wake up with Woodward and Maine, giving you the latest insight into the Lions locker room and press conferences. Then join the Lions pregame show, highlighting key matchups, injuries, and what to watch for during the game. Follow all the ups and downs of the live game action with our Woodward Watch Party live on YouTube and WoodwardSports.com. After the game, check out the instant fan and host reactions with the Lions postgame show. Every game, it's wall-to-wall, kneecap-biting, high-fiving, chest-pumping Lions coverage.
Hell yeah!
Only at Detroit's #1 sports network, Woodward Sports.
Woodward Sports, let's go!
Stop searching for a vehicle and start finding one. Les Stanford Chevrolet Cadillac makes it easy. We harness the power of multiple dealerships and own the biggest selection of GM brands in the area to get you the car you need. With the Les Stanford Group, you'll have access to 4 different dealerships, providing you with more makes, more models, and more choices. We're connected to more than 1,000 vehicles. And with so many high-quality CPO vehicles available, you'll find new car quality at pre-owned prices. You can start and end your search at lesstanford.com today.
A network for the city, by the city. Woodward Sports is Detroit Sports.
Get energized for the holidays during the 12 Days of Fitness at Planet Fitness. Now through December 20th, join for $1 down, $15 a month. And recharge this holiday season and beyond in the clean and spacious judgment-free zone, filled with equipment for every workout. Stay motivated with free fitness training and lots more. Celebrate the 12 Days of Fitness at Planet Fitness. Join for $1 down, $15 a month. Hurry! Offer ends December 20th.
The most talked about Detroit media by other Detroit media, and we love it. It's the Woodward Sports Network.
Walk into any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men today. Open 7 days a week. Sit back, relax, and enjoy precision haircut, scalp massage, hot leather neck shave, and hot towel treatment from one of our talented stylists. Step up your game this season and take advantage of our $20 haircut special. Scan the QR code and get your coupon today. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, the ultimate haircut experience. Open 7 days a week. Walk-ins always welcome. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. It's wicked awesome.
Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on Shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Woodward Golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today.
Hey, everybody, scan that QR code above my head, and if you do, you're going to open up your brand new Caesars Sportsbook account, the official sportsbook of Woodward Sports. And when you do open up that brand new account, use the code word Woodward1000, deposit $20, at least $20, and make a bet of $20 or more. And if that first bet happens to lose, you'll get your first bet back as a bonus bet up to $1,000, but only if you scan the QR code above my head and open up your brand new Caesars Sportsbook account. And then you can take your winnings over to shop.woodwardsports.com and load up on some of the greatest Detroit sports merch around. We got your Lions, Tigers, Pistons, and Red Wings gear. All the latest and greatest designs guaranteed to turn heads only at shop.woodwardsports.com. The holidays are coming. Pick up some great merch.
And let me tell you about Les Stanford Chevrolet Cadillac Buick GMC. Are you overdue for a new car? Beat the holiday rush and get an amazing deal from Les Stanford Chevrolet. Right now, a Blazer EV 2LT with all-wheel drive, only $149 per month. Or check out the Equinox EV LT for only $169 per month. Get to Les Stanford today or click on the QR code on the screen. Check out our massive inventory. Don't forget, Les Stanford has Cadillac, Buick, GMC as well. Les Stanford in Dearborn and in Ferndale. LesStanford.com, LesStanford.com. Together, let's drive. Dr. Jeff Pierce coming up momentarily. We'll talk about those Detroit Lions and some of the injury news and notes that we want to go through with him. But first, we will do our pick segment. Tom Mazaway. KG, it's an incredible ride.
Yes,
incredible
sir.
By KG.
He's only been going like 4-3 the last
That's all I
month. None
needed.
of us are doing any better.
I told you, I just needed the 6-game little cushion, and I paid y'all
I told you.
KG at 59. I've got 53. Ryan's got 50. Braylon 44. And Pete's got 42. Here we go. Game number one. The world champion, two-time defending champion, Kansas City Chiefs at Cleveland. The Browns welcoming him to town. Browns are getting 4 at home with Jameis Winston. Ryan, your guy.
Love Jameis Winston. I root for him. He might be, no, not might be. He is my favorite non-Detroit Lion player in the NFL.
Yeah.
If you don't like Jameis Winston,
you don't like.
That's a you problem.
Yep.
That's got nothing to do with him. So for that reason, I am going to go with the Cleveland Browns plus the 4.5.
Now the Chiefs, as good as they are, and they are 13-1. 12-1 or 13-1?
12-1. Same record as Lions.
Right. They have not covered in the last 7 weeks.
That is correct.
That's
they have
crazy.
The worst record.
Is that right?
Yes. No, that's correct.
They have the worst record against the spread of any team in the National Football League. That said, I'll take the Browns as well. Pete.
Tell you what, I'm going to do the dollar bid early, even though I don't have the dollar bid. You guys are all taking the Browns. I'm going to take the Chiefs here because I'm just, in case the Browns do Browns things, I'm just going to stick with my past history of thinking about that.
By the way, picking against them. Kenny, I know you're taking the Chiefs.
Nah.
You're not?
Easy money.
All right.
Listen, God will deliver him from these interceptions. He had his dud last week.
The pick sixes,
Jameis Winston legacy game loading. Give me the Browns, baby. Let's go.
All right, here we go. Game number 2. 2 winning teams, or the Dolphins trying to become a winning team. Dolphins at the Houston Texans. Texans a lukewarm home favorite of 3. Pete?
Tell you what, Dolphins are playing much better ball. I know this is going to be probably, I like the over in this game. I know that might sound weird to a lot of people, but I'm going to take the Dolphins on this one to actually pull off the upset and really make a mess of the Houston Texans season.
Go ahead, Kenny.
This might be the toughest game on here. I'll take the Dolphins in the points. Why not, man?
So that's 2 of you with the Miami.
Sir?
Why not?
Must-win game for Miami.
Yep.
KG, you took Miami?
Yep.
Pete, you took Miami?
Yes, sir.
I take Miami. Must-win game for them. I mean, Houston probably going to win their division.
Yeah.
They could afford to drop a game. Buffalo has no margin, Miami has no margin for error if they want to make the playoffs.
Yeah.
Dollar bid, man.
Miami stinks. I'm taking the Texans.
Okay.
And I was going to take them regardless of what you guys did. Give me the Texans to cover at home.
Sure.
I mean that.
I know.
Colts at the Broncos. Here's a good one. Broncos with one of the better defenses in the league. And, of course, that young quarterback in Bo Nix. They are a 4-point favorite over the Indianapolis Colts. Kenny.
You are looking at your wild card 7th seed. Give me the Broncos.
Broncos. Ryan.
Dang. Oh, yeah. Gonna go with Denver.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not as hard as it looked. I know it looked hard. It's not that hard.
Give me the Broncos. I think they're going to wallop the Colts. Hopefully it snows.
Pete,
you got a dollar bid.
Well, I tell you what, guys. Yeah, I like the Broncos here because that defense is playing so well this year. And you know who's up and coming and doing well is Bo Nix as well. So give me the Broncos at -4.
All righty.
Sir.
You know what that means?
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, next one. This is a tough game. I think this is the toughest on the board. The Buccaneers, Baker Mayfield, heading over to the Fighting Harbaughs in L.A. The Chargers welcoming them in. Chargers are 3-point favorite. Ryan.
I hate to do it, never like to do it, but gonna do it. I'll take the points with Tampa Bay. Fighting Jimmy's, they're hanging in there. I hope they make the playoffs. I think they'll make the playoffs, but I'm going to go with Tampa in this one.
Okay. I'm not picking against Harbaugh. He's got that defense. I don't know how they do it. Spit and shoe polish. They're holding it together. I know Justin Herbert's hurting. Taylor Heineke might get the start in this game. I still like the Lightning Bolts.
Tell you what, I'm going to agree with you there, Tom. Can't go against Harbaugh in this case. I know the Bucs are looking to make the playoffs and win the division, but I say the Chargers will cover here.
And Kenny with a dollar bid.
Who gets on track better than us? Nobody. Give me the Fighting Jimmies.
Look at you.
LAC.
And you got the Bucs.
There you go.
There you go. There's your chance to catch up. Okay. Here we go. The game of the week, if it wasn't for us.
Right.
The Steelers at the Eagles. The Steelers just don't lose. The Eagles, are they going to get along? Kumbaya. It looks like it on the number because the Eagles are a 6-point favorite in this game. Yeah. I'll go first because I haven't gone first. I'm going to take the Steelers because I'm not picking against them anymore. I told you that. Give me the Steelers to cover that number, and I pray that they can get the upset. Pete.
Well, if I read correctly, I don't think the Steelers have won in Philly since like the early since before you were born,
Correct.
Tom.
They have it.
But that doesn't mean that they're not going to cover. I think the Eagles win this game, but the Steelers will keep it close. Give me the Steelers and the points.
Yeah, that spread is entirely too big for the Steelers, and especially considering how the Eagles played. Give me the Steelers.
Pete, who'd you take?
I took the Steelers and the points.
So all three of us, Ryan. Here's another game for you.
This is easy. Philadelphia.
Damn.
And it's easy because
6 points?
You're playing a team that is.
They want you to take the Steelers.
The Pittsburgh Steelers are 10-3.
Mm-hmm.
They have the second highest point differential in the AFC at plus 85, and they're 6-point dogs. They are begging you to take the Pittsburgh Steelers.
No doubt.
So because of that, I'm taking the Eagles. Now I will be rooting for the Steelers.
Of course you will.
We need that home field advantage.
Absolutely.
We do. Detroit here.
We do.
That game's got a huge implication when it comes to the Lions.
That's arguably
Sunday night football.
Sunday night.
And I love this game. Packers at the Seahawks. I love this game. I remember a few years ago in that wild card game, back and forth they went. Remember Aaron Rodgers came back with 3 touchdowns in the last 5 minutes of that game?
Sucks, not a top 5 guy.
Packers at the Seahawks. Seahawks are getting points at home. Pete, 2.5's the number.
What's that? Stop doing
Sea
that.
chickens. Sea chickens.
Never do that again. Never do that
I didn't know
again.
if that was a peck or a sea
Sea chickens, baby.
I thought you were season out.
Sea
There,
chickens.
man.
Your team is the Sea Chickens.
I thought you were season out. Yeah, the Honolulu flu is real, and they are going to feel it in Seattle. Give me the Sea Chickens as well.
Ryan. Thank you,
Green Bay.
Ryan.
Green Bay.
Okay.
They losing 2 in a row. Crazy.
No, they're not.
Okay.
They're not. Packers.
That's easy.
All right.
That might be my lock of the week.
Y'all keep supporting Matt LaFleur. Go ahead.
That might be my lock of the week.
That
actually.
man is broken.
Lock it in for me as well.
He's the NFL's Ryan Day. He's broken.
Lock the cheeseheads in. Green Bay, title town.
Yeah, Dan Campbell broken.
And finally, our game. The Buffalo Bills, who scored 40 points last week without turning the ball over, and lost to the Rams, who scored 12 last night against the depleted 49ers. Come to Detroit. Lions are 2.5-point favorites. They have run away. They've got 11 straight wins. Kenny G, you are the first to yell out your fight song.
Forward down the field. Lions by 12. What are we talking about here? Lions
Pete.
by 12.
I will take the Lions as well. Can't go against the hometown team, Tom.
I love the Lions.
Come on, don't do that, Maz.
I love the Lions. I do. That's why I'm taking them.
Hey.
Give me the Detroit Lions.
I think the Lions are Kenny, you had mentioned a 12-point win or something like that. I think the Lions are going to win by double digits as well.
Mm-hmm.
But,
Why?
Buffalo, because Buffalo can't stop a nosebleed.
Yeah.
They just can't stop anybody. And this is the highest powered offense they've ever seen. They've never seen an offense like this, and they can't compete. So because their defense is so bad. Now, I think double digit, but then I'm like, okay, are we going to see a scenario where Josh Allen scores in 30 seconds at the end of the game like he did against the Rams? You know, the Rams were winning that game by 9 points, and then 10 seconds later it's a 2. So I would not touch this game if my life depended on it, but I like Detroit in this one.
I got Braylon's just sent me his in. So let's mark Braylon's down.
Okay, ready?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
He's got Kansas City over the Browns.
Mm-hmm.
He's got the Dolphins over the Texans.
Mm-hmm.
He's got the Broncos over the Colts.
Clean sweep.
He's got the Bucks over the Chargers.
Yep.
The Steelers over the Eagles.
Yep.
Smart man.
The Pack over the Seahawks. And the Leos.
Yep.
Braylon, we're thinking about you.
Absolutely. We love you, Bray. All right, break time. When we come back, Dr. Jeff Pierce. But first, a message from us here at WSN.
And it is the post-game show brought to you by New Holland Brewing Company. And as soon as I get my read, I will have the other sponsors. Taller, your local long drink, Tangerine Space Machine, 1800 Tequila, Siroki's, and Sabbath Coffee. And as well, it's the New Holland Brewing Company post-game show with Stick and Anson. And listen, the watch party, we in that thing, man. It's going to be turned up this Sunday as the Lions go against the Bills. Super Bowl preview? Question mark? Hey, you never know, but you want to be in the house for this, man, and get to hang out with the Woodward Sports crew. And of course, the post-game show with Stick and Anson, where they give you their unfiltered, unadulterated takes on the game. You get to call in and be a part of the show as well, man. Nobody's doing it better than we do it here on Woodward Sports. It's the New Holland Brewing Company watch party with the heavyweights and the post-game show with Stick and Anson. And speaking of New Holland, we are here to bring you Taller, the Dutch long drink from New Holland Brewing Company. I'm not used to doing all these reads.
That's all good, man.
Hey, have you ever heard of this nice drink that they've concocted, man? All natural ingredients, small batch gin, and 100% grapefruit for a fresh and delicious flavor. You can get it at Meyer, Total Wine, anywhere drinks are sold. It is Taller, your local long drink.
It's bear hunting season, and Dan Campbell is hungry for some kneecaps.
If you can just get a hold of them and you start dragging their ass out to the deep, dark abyss, you can drown them.
The Kings of the North are back for another year of the brand new Lions. Make sure you're locked in to Detroit's #1 sports network for all the news and info on your Detroit Lions.
Woodward Sports, let's go.
Stop searching for a vehicle and start finding one. Les Stanford Chevrolet Cadillac makes it easy. We harness the power of multiple dealerships and own the biggest selection of GM brands in the area to get you the car you need. With the Les Stanford Group, you'll have access to 4 different dealerships, providing you with more makes, more models, and more choices. We're connected to more than 1,000 vehicles, and with so many high-quality CPO vehicles available, you'll find new car quality at pre-owned prices. You can start and end your search at lesstanford.com today.
A network for the city, by the city. Woodward Sports is Detroit sports.
Get energized for the holidays during the 12 Days of Fitness at Planet Fitness. Now through December 20th, join for $1 down, $15 a month. And recharge this holiday season and beyond in the clean and spacious judgment-free zone, filled with equipment for every workout. Stay motivated with free fitness training and lots more. Celebrate the 12 Days of Fitness at Planet Fitness. Join for $1 down, $15 a month. Hurry! Offer ends December 20th.
The most talked about Detroit media by other Detroit media, and we love it. It's the Woodward Sports Network.
Walk into any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men today. Open 7 days a week. Sit back, relax, and enjoy precision haircut, scalp massage, hot leather neck shave, and hot towel treatment from one of our talented stylists. Step up your game this season and take advantage of our $20 haircut special. Scan the QR code and get your coupon today. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, the ultimate haircut experience. Open 7 days a week. Walk-ins always welcome. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. It's wicked awesome.
Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on Shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Woodward Golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today.
Well, everybody, coming up this Sunday morning, 10 to noon, head to the second best Sunday. Head to the second best bar, 10 to noon, located at 42 Watson Street for the ultimate fan experience, where you can enjoy some smooth Tullamore Dew Irish whiskey and catch the Woodward Sports Lions pregame show, only coming up this Sunday at the second best bar. Come get some, Maz.
And it's that time of the year, guys. It's the holiday time. It's time for the Salvation Army Red Kettle campaign, 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. The Salvation Army of Metro Detroit's 2024 Red Kettle. The Christmas campaign fundraising goal, $7 million. So every penny counts. Remember, you put $20 in, they make it into $100 when you do that at the bell ringing, guys. Your contributions will help provide love beyond Christmas to individuals in need of food, shelter, and compassion. Scan the QR code on the screen or go to donate.sagreatlakes.org to donate.
The way he calls plays, we've seen a lot of different, crazy stuff, razzle dazzle, whatever. Are there any restrictions you place on him? Does he ever come to you with something that's like too far in, too far?
Or, leading MVP candidates, I doubt it's either. It is a big time.
Yeah, I don't know. So, and I guarantee you that's not golf's focus. Is winning the MVP. That's ice.
Wanted to play the Dan Campbell sound on the injuries.
It was all good news.
Yeah, it was. It was all good news on the injury front. Pascal, Onzarike, Ali McNeil, DJ Reader, all good news.
Yep.
With more on that, let's
Taylor Decker
get out to our WSN Injury Insider, Michigan Sports and Spine Center, Dr. Jeff Pierce. How you doing, Dr. Pierce?
Hey, Doc.
Good. How are you guys doing?
Good,
fantastic. Man. Where are you? Looks like Florida.
It's actually Nashville.
They got any snow there, Doc?
No. It was cold on Wednesday. It was below. It was like 27 degrees. These people were bundled up in fur coats out here.
Hell yeah. They're not used to this.
No. It actually gets. I didn't realize how cold it does get, but it's been in the 50s today.
That's
so it's
awesome.
all good.
That's awesome.
Doc, we're limited here, so I want to get right to it. All good news on the Lions injury front. Like I said, Pascal has been out with a knee, coming back full go. Onwuzurike out with a hamstring practice this week. Aleem McNeil, head injury, cleared. All good news here. Let's start with Pascal. How important is it to get, he had the knee injury and out for a couple of weeks, but now he's back. These things, with time, they heal.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I've been talking about. I mean, we have the luxury right now that we are winning. People are stepping up and letting these guys fully heal, getting into that 80, 90%. The rule in my office is 0 pain, 90% better. Let's get him back on the field. And, that's what you're seeing, the knee injury. He's going to test it probably early on. I don't know if he'll play full time, but, he'll have critical minutes in there and see how he feels, give some feedback to the training team and see how, it's like I said, they got to get that mental piece back. And for him getting comfortable with cutting and, back and forth is usually easy. It's the change of direction with a knee injury you worry about.
Hey, Doc, you got someone on the chat put $20 into the till to give you a message. It's crayons for breakfast. He says, hey, Doc, broke both of my femurs, pelvis and back. 8 months later, I was back to hiking up mountains with only military health care. Hutch has got that secret sauce. He's going to be just fine much earlier than me. Love your work, Doc. How about that?
No, that's awesome. That's a great way to end my week. I've had a busy medical week, so I love that we're sending messages and people are responding. I love it. And shout out to that military team. I like to know which one he worked with, if it was out of Michigan or somewhere else in the country, because, that's the only good thing. We do a lot of stuff with the impaired athletes, and the military VA system is becoming a cutting-edge treatment center. So I love some feedback where he actually did his rehab, because we love those stories.
Hey, yesterday when you weren't on, 3:30 came, and people were starting to write in, where's Doc? Where's Doc? How about that, man? You're it.
Yeah. I'm loving it. I don't know how to take it. I'm humble as hell. But if we can if we can make one difference, I'd love it. If I can do multiples, it's ecstatic. And hats off to Woodward Sports and keeping me focused and on this trail that we've been on. And working with you guys is great. And I feel like I'm accepting an Academy Award right now, but there are a lot of people behind that, and I just try to keep it simple, and we do want to help out. I appreciate all that. It encourages my schedule. Obviously, see, I'm not always home and sitting around. I'm running around, but I feel it's important that we keep this show going. So,
all right, Doc, who do you like?
That inspires me.
Who do you like on Sunday? Give me a score for the Lions and the Buffalo Bills, and then tell me who you like on Saturday, Army or Navy.
Oh, jeez. You're going to do this to me, huh?
Heck yeah.
I'm obviously going to be there. It's my son's 18th birthday.
All right.
So shout out to him.
Shout out.
Shout out, absolutely.
I'll officially have no more children. I have all young adults now.
I'm there, right with you.
I think it's going to be a shootout. I'm looking at 42-34. 42-34 Lions.
I love it. I love it, man. I think you're right. I think you're going to be right. We like the Lions by at least a touchdown here, all of us. So we'd like a double-digit win just to make it comfortable on that game. But it's going to be a good one.
Getting back to the injuries, you got 5 guys returning. They're coming out with fire. I think a lot of these guys are going to be fired up. Everybody's disrespecting the Lions a little bit, that Buffalo's going to be a good component. But, they're banged up, too, in their secondary.
Yep.
Like Ryan said, I like to think they can't stop a nosebleed. I like that medical reference. But I have to agree with him. I think that's the way they're going to go. And they're a one-man show right now, so I think we're good. I think we're real good.
Hey, Doc, our military hero wrote back in, crayons for breakfast, says 2014 Tripler Army Hospital in Hawaii.
Oh, a luxury man. That's great. Yeah,
So
that military base has been great ever since Pearl Harbor and all that stuff. But they're a notch above. But some of the other facilities are really coming about. And our one in Detroit is cutting edge. It's still not Dr. Pierce standards, but it's getting a lot closer to what we anticipate. Talking about how we peel back that injury a little bit more, and we find a little bit more of that recovery part too.
So Doc, that leaves you with Army Navy. You got to take Army now, right? We've got our Army hero here online.
I gotta take Army, but in 2012 I was the ambassador for the Navy for the celebration of the 1812. So
wow.
I'm a little biased to the Navy, so I'm going to go neutral on it.
Okay.
I don't know if I can pick. I'm going neutral.
You take the
I
midshipman.
love all our military.
The midshipman over the Black Knights of the Hudson. It's going to be a good one.
Doc, we'll leave you with this. Mike G in the chat says, Dr. Pierce, I went to the Chris Rock show at the LCA and broke my funny bone.
Mike G.
Hey, Doc, thanks, my man. We'll talk to you next week.
All right, take care, guys.
Check out Dr. Pierce, Michigan Sports and Spine Center on Middlebelt Road in Livonia, Michigan Sports and Spine.com. KG?
Yes, sir.
Great day of work out of you, buddy.
Thank you,
My
man.
goodness.
Appreciate
Pete
that.
Spivak.
Thank you, sir.
Our stalwart over here.
Our drone expert.
Absolutely. Braylon Edwards, we
Nazis.
love you. We'll see you on Monday. Tom Mazaway. There's nobody better in the business than Tom Mazaway. He can
fact.
plan a show.
That is a
He
fact.
can plan a show better than anybody in the business. Radio, TV, streaming, you name it.
Thanks, man.
This guy's it. And thanks to you for watching. Again, everybody on X, everybody on Facebook, thanks so much for watching live. And again, YouTube, we love you as well. Check in with us throughout the weekend. Heavyweights coming up at 5 o'clock, but check in with us all weekend long. We've got great content all weekend long right here at Woodward Sports
We're going to do
Network.
a Dan Miller.
So long, everybody.